Hello, I hope you enjoyed your holidays. Welcome back to Faithful Fables. I am your host, Professor Pax Linus. And in case you're wondering, yes, I'm still going quite casual. Even down here where I live in the south, it is still quite cool after this holiday weekend, so we're going to keep it nice and comfy. Speaking of comfy, was the 49ers gift to us on Christmas Eve. Certainly got a wrapping with this against the Washington Commanders, who come in following in with Sir Heineke after losing a game against the Giants the previous week and something to prove for their playoff contention. Massive props to the Commanders, actually. I think they actually handled the 49ers quite well in the first half. It was a 7-7 game going into halftime. They even forced Squire Purdy with an interception, which granted was a Jawan Jennings tip, but interception's an interception. We give credit where credit's due. But then it was the second half that just did him in. The 49ers put up 14 points and 16 points in the third and fourth quarter, respectively. Sir Heineke gets pulled for Sir Carson Wentz. After what was a good run with him, I guess he might just be done now at this point. But getting to stats now. Of course, Squire Purdy, 15 passes out of 22 completed, 234 yards, 2 touchdowns, one interception because of Jawan Jennings. Once again, it happens. We're not worried about that. Rushing wise, Christian McCaffrey still does what he does. Touchdown there. And of course, the best play of the game I thought was the wonderful Sir Ray McLeod, normally on the punt returns, breaking loose for a 71-yard rushing touchdown, the longest play for the Niners the whole season. On top of that, they're receiving wise. Sir Kittle leads it again for the second week in a row. 2 touchdowns, 120 yards on six receptions. Honestly, I don't know what more to say. I mean, he looked amazing. Squire Purdy put it where it needed to be, and Sir Kittle did the rest. But now, as on the defensive side, Sir Bosa, I might as well make him Lord Bosa at this point now. 2 sacks, a forced fumble. He leads the league in sacks. Can easily become competitive for Defensive Player of the Year. That the defense just once again shows why they continue to dominate. The Commanders did put up 20 points. It's the first time the 49ers have let up that many points in quite a bit of time. But it still wasn't really that close of a game. I mean, I don't know what else more to say. It's bring on the next victim. It's like Executioner's Row at this point. Next would be once again defending the Kingdom of Santa Clara and the 49ers against the reeling Raiders of Las Vegas, who are now going with a different direction here, whereas Sir Carr is now being benched. I guess there's new horizons coming up for the Las Vegas Raiders. I do wish them all the best of luck. I do not think it's going to be a very close game. But of course, that's why you play the games. That being said, if the 49ers have to struggle with them, I'd be kind of concerned, but I don't expect it to be very close at all. That being said, please stay tuned now for a playoff update with our wonderful lad, Michael. He looks like me and all that, but it's definitely not me. Just don't look into it too much. It's just an entirely different person. We just look the same. But thank you very much once again for tuning in for Faithful Fables. We look forward to seeing what is hopefully another victory coming up for you next week. Thank you and have a wonderful evening and a happy new year. Okay. Week 16 is done. The NFC continues to be a dumpster fire beneath pretty much the division winners and the Cowboys, and we're no closer to figuring out who's going to be playing matchups this week. I updated the standings already. Eagles lost to the Cowboys. Vikings win once again with absolute, just pure insanity still. Niners win, crush the Commanders. Nothing changes there in terms of that standings there. Both the Niners and the Vikings get another win in the conference standings right there. Niners still hold that tiebreaker. All they have to do is just get the same record with the Vikings and they take them over. The Buccaneers still win because someone has to win the horrible NFC South. It was a bad-looking game against the Cardinals, but good for them, they still won. Cowboys got that win against the Eagles. Granted, it was a backup quarterback, but hey, you take the W, we take the W. The Giants, The Giants, I was willing to be nice this week, the past week. It's in past tense now, right? Okay, we can put aside the playoff differences in the past. Taking out Joe Montana, the comeback in 2002 that the Niners had in the wild card game, the 2011 NFC Championship game, and a few others mixed in there. Okay, guys, I wanted to extend the olive branch. Just, we'll take care of the Commanders for you. You take care of the Vikings for us. Everything goes hunky-dory. Everyone is happy, correct? And that would have been nice. That was foolish of me to trust the Giants to be able to do this. I mean, granted, they made the comeback as best they could. They lost on a very, very fortunate field goal from the Vikings. But they missed their chance to punch ticket to the postseason. They can still do it this week. I think they literally just have to win one more game and they could do it. They will win and they will make the postseason. I believe that. They'll probably end up being the 6th seed. But I'm just really, really frowny face over the Giants this week. And in the hunt, the Giants get lucky for this regard. They're pretty much no risk of losing the 6th seed there because every single team lost behind them. Because that's just how it's going to work. Because, like I said, NFC, dumpster fire in that lower half. Seahawks lost the Chiefs, not even a close game, wasn't surprised. Lions get crushed by Carolina. The Lions very well could have reverted back to the first part of the season for all I know. And now I have to put the Green Bay Packers on here because they won, and now they're only a half game back behind the Commanders. I don't know how this is going to turn out at this point. I'm not even going to speculate at this point. I just put a big L over here for Week 16 because all these teams lost. Because that's what it is right now. Week 17, a part of me is almost thinking I can almost put L's just a giant L next to the 17 this week outside of maybe the Giants because I think they should beat Indy. And I'm not going to guess who the 7th seed is. Not in particular, but I got a hunch. The hunch might, it'll probably be wrong because I usually do that when it comes to guessing sports. You name a sport and I'll get it wrong. That Week 18 game between Detroit and Green Bay is going to determine the 7th seed here. Commanders, I think, will somehow blow it. The Seahawks, that magic has fizzled out. I think they're done at this point. I would stick a fork in the Seahawks unless something miraculous happens. So I think you're looking at Giants will take the 6th seed. I'm confident in that with them. And the 7th seed will go to the Lions or the Packers, I think, so just some weird way. Now, that being said, I'm not a very big fan of the Packers for obvious reasons. I don't think many Niners fans are. We all remember the second half of the 1990s, if you're old enough for that. I was young myself, but I still remember them going up against the Packers quite a bit and having some difficulties with them outside of the catch-2 there. But gotta be Packers fans this week. Please, someone just beat Minnesota and expose them for the fact that they're not as good as that record shows. I don't care if they're 12-3. I don't care they're number 2 in the conference. They're not that good. Because now that would give the Niners a chance. Beat Oakland this week. It's a bench Derek Carr now, so it's a Derek Carr-less Raiders. I think it should be an easy win. Flip-flop those positions. And then, actually the best irony would be having the Packers come in as the 7th seed now and you face the 49ers again by making the playoffs. So, but we'll see how it goes. So, Packers, I extend the olive branch to you this week. We could put aside our past differences from the second half of the 90s. And we could put aside our differences from, then again, it's all benefited us over the past decade. I'll be willing to not, chastise you guys for 2012, 2013, 2019, and 2021 in the postseason. Just don't be bitter at us. Unfortunately, we can't help you out this week because we're not playing any teams that are in front of you. So it's kind of a one-sided affair, but just help us out in this case, and maybe we'll see you in the postseason and, go a little easier on you. But we'll cross that bridge when it comes. But that is your current playoff picture now after Week 16. I will definitely be back with one for Week 17. Maybe by then we might figure out who's going to the dance and who isn't. And where seedings are going to fall, I doubt it. It's probably going to take to week 18. But hey, it's been a wonderful roller coaster ride so far this season, and I guess that's to be expected. So thanks everyone for watching, and I will catch you next week. Bye.